everyone. In our last video lecture, we will see the what is seed dormancy. Okay, in this lecture, we will know about the photoperiodism. Okay, I will take a lecture on the photoperiodism. Okay, what is the photoperiodism and why the photoperiodism is to be required in the plant. Okay, then in the plant in order to flower required certain day length. Okay, for the flowering in the plant is a flowering is to be occur. For that flowering the day length is a most probably required. Okay, that is the relative length of the day and night. Okay, means what in the overall day there is a day and night is to be involved. Okay, overall relative length of the day and light is responsible the blooming of the flower in the plant. The response of the plant to the photoperiod express in the form of flowering. Okay, what is the plant is response to the photoperiod, and the how is to be photoperiod is responding on the flowering. This phenomenon is called as the photoperiodism. It's a simple way whole day length, day and night, in which time the flowering is to be occur. Okay, that time the first we should know about what is the history of the photoperiodism. The first photoperiodism was discovered by Garner and Allard in 1920 to 1922. Okay, he's observed and he's done the work on the biloxy variety of the soybean and the Maryland mammoth variety of the tobacco. Okay, they take two varieties, first variety of the soybean and second variety of the tobacco. Okay, using the exposure of light to this plant. Okay, this plant take this plant and expose in the light. Okay, what is the effect of the light on this plant? Okay, on this experiment they conclude that the relative length of the day, repeatedly I say, the relative length of the day is a factor of the first important in the growth. Okay, the length is most probably required for the proper growth and development in the plant. Okay, there is a main factor is to be they find out. Okay, then according to the flowering, okay, according to photoperiodism, there is a plant is divided into the three categories. First is the short day plant, second is the long day plant, and third is the day neutral plant. Okay, what is a short day plant? The plant required short day period. Short day period means what? There is a less exposure of the light. Okay, up to the 8 to 10 hours. Okay, they are exposed in the light, but continuous dark period is to be exposed. This plant exposed continuous dark period, continuously dark period expose these plants, that is the 14 to 16 hours. Okay, these are also called as a long night plant. Means what? They required only limited amount of the light, but they are required more night dark condition. Okay, when the short day plant, we will give the short day plant the less light and more dark condition, the flowering is to be occur, and these are called as a long night plant. Okay, what is the example of the short day plant? These are the Maryland mammoth variety of the tobacco and the biloxy variety of the soybean. Okay, then what's the okay, what is the exact effect of the light on the plant? Okay, and what is the exact effect of the light on the flowering? Okay, when we give short day plants to more exposed of the light, there is a no flowering is occur in the short day plant, but limiting exposure of the red light with the interruption of the light, that is time the flowering is to be occur. When we will provide the prolonged dark condition, that time flowering is to be occur. That what is we conclude that overall process, when we should not give the more exposure of red light to the short day plant. Okay, that time flowering is not occur, we prolong dark period will they required. Okay, they only required. So next category is the long day plant. Okay, next is the long day plant. Okay, these plant required the longer daylight. Okay, they required more day, more light, more exposure of red light in the daytime. Okay, more exposure of red light. Okay, up to the 14 to 16 hours they required the light. Okay. And the light period is the critical. What is the critical? There is a 24 hours is a present in a day, and there is a some dividing time is to be occur. This is called as a critical time. Okay. Then we provided the more light up to the 14 to 16 hours, that time flowering is to be occur. And there is the inhibited by the dark period. We give a more darkness provided to this plant, that time the flowering is to be not occur. Then these are also called as a short night plant. Okay. Short day plant is called as a long night plant, and this long day plant is called as the short night plant. Okay. What is the examples of the long day plants? Okay. In the spinach, sugar beets, these are the examples of the night long day plant. In this type of the plants, they require the more exposure of the light, and when we provide the prolongation of the light period, that time flowering is to be more effectively followed in on the trees. Okay. Next category is the day neutral plant. Okay. Day neutral plants means what? They are not any kind of effect of the night and darkness. Okay. They require light is to be limited amount, and also darkness is to be limited amount. When the plant flower period ranging 5 to 24 hours continuous, they're exposed to the light, the flowering is to be occur easily. Examples of the day neutral plant are the tomato, cotton, sunflower, cucumber, pea variety. These are the examples of the day neutral plant. Okay. According to the day neutral plant, they are divided into two types: the long short day plant, and next is the short long day plant. What is my long short day plant? Okay. The short day plant, but this is the bryophyllum is the short day plant. But this bryophyllum will exposed in a more longer daylight during the early period of the growth. They are easily to be grown, but because of this is the day neutral plant. Okay. Next is the short long day plant. What is a short long day plant? The long day plant. Okay. Wheat and red, these are the long day plant, but we exposed in the short period of the day, and more dark period is we provide during the growth. They are easily grow. Okay. In that condition, and this type of the plant is called as the day neutral plant. Okay. After that, we come forward to the floral hormone. Okay. Some scientists they have discovered the floral hormone. For the flowering, floral hormone is naturally present in the plant. Okay. Naturally plant मध्ये particular compound present असतो. Okay. For the flowering. Okay. Hormone is to be present in the plant for the flowering. This is called as the florigen hormone. Okay. This is not like a growth hormone like a gibberline, abscisic acid. Okay. This contain only micromolecule like RNA and protein. Okay. RNA and protein. Okay. How is to be translocate? This is a translocate at the apical tip of the meristem of the leaf. Okay. At the of the leaf there is a apical tip of the meristem is to be present, and these are translocate. Their macromolecule is to be produced using this floral gen hormone, and via phloem they are translocate in the leaf of the apical tip. They are produced, but it not to be this florigen hormone. It not to be isolate properly, but there is some economical use is to be present in the plant. Okay. Useful for the plant. Next is the phytochrome. What is my phytochromes? Okay. In the short day plant, when we give the brief exposure of red light during the critical dark period. ओके. जेव्हा आपण शॉर्ट डे प्लांटला भरपूर रेड लाईट प्रोव्हाइड केलो क्रिटिकल डार्क पिरियड मध्ये, त्यात टाईम काय होणार आहे? फ्लॉवरिंग शॉर्ट डे प्लांटमध्ये ऑकरच होणार नाही आहे. दिस इनिबिटरी इफेक्ट इज रिझर्वड बाय सबसिक्वेंट विथ द फार रेड राईट. ओके. तुम्हाला पुढे कळलं. Okay. In the long day plant, critical light period or interruption of the dark period. Okay. Long day plant मध्ये interruption of the dark period is to be occur, or light period is to occur. That time the stimulation of the flowering is to be occur. Okay. In this inhibition of the flowering in short day plant and stimulation of the flowering in the long day plant, this involve the proteinaceous pigment. Okay. For the inhibit for the suppress these activities for the flowering production. There is a some proteinaceous pigment is to be present. These are called as a phytochrome. What they do, the phytochrome is to be do, the pigment phytochromes are red light absorbing form. These are the PR and far red light absorbing form, that is the F far, P far, FR. Okay, these are the photochemically interconvertible. How they photochemically interconvertible? Okay, in the case of the inhibition of the flowering in the short day plant, the PR pigment, okay, that time the more exposure of red light is to be occur during the inhibition of the flowering. This PR pigment is the absorb the red light at the 660 to 665 nanometer, and there is a converted to PFR. PFR means what? Far red light absorbing form. Okay, then in the case of the stimulation of the flowering in the long day plant, the PFR pigment is absorb far red pigment, and at the 730 to 735 nanometer, that time the P far convert into the P red light, that time easily is to be help for the flowering. Because of the phytochrome, there is to be helpful for the flowering in any condition, in the inhibitory condition and also the stimulatory condition. Phytochrome is a most important factor and most important pigment to help for the flowering, help for the changing in the plant, for changing in the flowering. Okay, next is the gibberline and the flowering response. Okay, gibberline, what is gibberline? Gibberline is to be some of the, this gibberline is the phytohormone, but gibberline is also induced the flowering. It is a helpful for the flowering and also called as the flowering hormone. And this is the, how they induced also both long day plant and non inductive short day plant. Okay, then gibberellin is not constituent of the flow region. I have told that the flow region is responsible naturally stimulate in the plant or in the leaves, but gibberellin is not constituent of the flow region hormone, but some way the gibberellin is to be connected with the flowering. Okay, according to the brain in 1955, gibberellin like hormone produced in the leaves during the photoperiodism. ओके, फोटोपिरियडिझमच्या वेळी जिबर्लिन लाईक हार्मोन हे ल्यूजमध्ये प्रोड्यूस होतात. ओके, देन वी वॉन्ट टू प्रोड्यूस द जिबर्लिन. हाऊ द जिबर्लिन इज टू बी प्रोड्यूसेस? देर इज अ सम प्रिकर्सर्स इज टू बी प्रेझेंट इन द some precursors is a maybe slightly stimulatory activity. These are precursors is slightly stimulatory or inactive or antagonistic to the gibberellin like a hormone. Okay, a gibberellin like a hormone, that time the red exposure of the light irradiation promote the precursors. When the red exposure, this help for the precursor is converted into the gibberellin like hormone, and then the gibberellin like hormone slightly reconverted into the precursors, reconverted into the precursors. Okay, in that time the dark period is to be used. Okay, then at the high concentration of gibberellin like hormone, we provide the high concentration of gibberellin like hormone in a long day plant. There is a help for the floragen hormone. Floragen hormone is to be produced, but in short day plant the gibberellin like hormone is a less concentration is to be required. That time the floragen hormone is to be produced. In both case, the flowering eventually follow the floragen synthesis has takes place in both case, in the long day plant and the short day plant. This is overall the photoperiodism. Thank you.